Yeah, everything is fine, friends.
Fine, Ravi.
Yeah, so platform, then what we have, that is called, what is that? Platform virtualization. If we are using the platform virtualization, we don't need, right? We don't need to change what is that version. If we install one like Tomcat server or one JDK in one machine, that machine and that version, same version also will work. What is that in another platform also, right? In other platform also, that is called, what is that? Platform virtualization. Platform virtualization, right? That is called what? Platform virtualization. Just focus on this based on that concept only. I'm going to introduce what is that Docker, friends, right? I'm going to introduce what is that Docker, right? Docker. So platform virtualization. So what is that? So solution is what now, friends? So solution is what now? If we want, if we don't want, if we want to what? Work same application or services in every platform only. So what concept we can use it now? Platform virtualization. Then that, what is that? Every thing will work in every operating system now. Come on, using platform virtualization. Platform virtualization, what we are doing now, we are making the software as a platform independent now. Just what is that? Directly our application services is not interacting with what? Operating system. Directly our application is not interacting with what? Operating system. Between, what is that? What we are using now in this time, we are using virtual machine, right? Virtual machine. And what we are doing now, we are installing every software on the virtual platform, right? Means what? If we, same concept, if we are using that, right, we can put we can put that what is that software in every machine, and every machine can work, right, as the same as expected na. Come on, people are
Yes.
getting my point.
Yeah, Ravi.
Yeah, Ravi.
Yeah, so what is that? So what is that solution? Solution is, what is that? Do not run or do not run our application, do not run our application or services on direct direct OS, right? Direct OS is nothing but, what is that? Window or Linux, or Linux, right? Linux machine use, what is that? Use virtual platform. Use virtual platform that what is that support no version or installer modification requires. So now, what is that? Then what is that? This above concept, friends, right? This above concept, if we use, right, then what exactly running in one operating system, right? One operating system, it will work on, what is that? Another operating system also, right? Another operating system. Just think about that in the real time. What is that? QA environment is there, UAT environment is there, production environment is there, right? Come on, but different environment are there or not? Come on, yeah. So
Yes, Ravi.
so above virtual platform concept, if we use, then what exactly. Exactly spelling is correct.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, exactly running in what is that, in our dev machine will what, will work in what is that, QA UAT or production machine, right? Our production, right? Production, even if we are deploying in the cloud, is nothing but AWS also, it will work, right? It will work. So here itself only, right friends, here itself only. So now what is the Docker? Let's understand what is the Docker. So everyone is ready for to understanding the Docker now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this
Yes, sir.
virtual, so here we are using what is that virtual machine now friends, come on, virtual machine to make that, what is that, all software platform independent or not, come on.
Yep.
So
Yes, sir.
this concept only, right, in the, if we are using like in the development phase, right, this concept is nothing but what is that, Docker only. This concept only is nothing but what is that, Docker. Means what we are using now, Docker is nothing but what is that, virtualization platform, right? Virtualization platform, don't worry. More clarity will come, right? More clarity will come. So just for understanding sake, I give in these things, okay? So now fine now guys, so let's understand what is the Docker. What is the Docker? And this is the very important concept, right? This is the very important concept friends, right? So Docker is, what is that, Docker is, then we can say that Docker is a platform or not. Platform is nothing but one type virtual operating system or not friends, come on,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
So Docker is what, platform, right? Platform is nothing but what is that, virtual OS. Virtual OS, right? Virtual OS. Okay, so it make what is that, our application or services, what is that, make what is that, OS independence. Docker is making what, our application or services, right? Services makes what is that, OS independent, right? It makes our application or services, right? Services makes what is that, OS independent, right? Okay, so now fine friends, so how, just think about that, what is that here, what is that, if operating system files are there, then what is the extension friends now, what is the extension, .exe now?
Yes, sir.
.exe,
Yes, sir.
right? If Linux or Unix is there, then what is that, .sh, right? This one only, right? Sh only, right? Come on.
Yep, application.
Yes. So same like means what is that, here Unix also one operating system and a window also one operating system. If we are thinking that what is that, these are the extension of what is that, if we are creating any file, then that these are becoming what is that, extension, right? So here what is that, here Docker also, I'm saying that one platform is nothing but what is that, operating system. Then Docker also having some extension na, come on, Docker also having one extension, come on, don't worry, I'll tell
Yes,
what
sir.
is the extension now, but it's also generating one extension. Then our Docker can understand those files na, come on, because just think about that, our operating system
Yes.
is understanding .exe file, and Unix or Linux understanding sh file. Then what is that? Docker is understanding what? Images file, right? Images file. So what we are doing now, so whatever our codes are there, right? Whatever our codes are there, codes plus what is that? Jars. Code plus what is that? Jars. By taking this one, we will convert this one in a image. Don't worry, how we will convert, how we are creating the account, all those things I'll explain it. Okay, so fine now friends, right? Fine now. So what is that? Image is nothing but what? Image is nothing but what, friends? Docker image. Like what is that? Executable file for the Docker operating system. Got it?
Yeah, got it, Ravi.
So means what is that? If we not convert, right? If we not convert this code or this jar in image, our Docker will not understand, right? Our Docker will not understand. Simple our application our services must present in what is that? Image format. Image format, right? Image format. So what is that here? What is that? Image means what, friends? Image. So here image is nothing but what? Image is nothing but what is that? Docker image is what is that? Like execute executable file for what is that? File for Docker. File for Docker operating system, right? Docker operating system. Okay, friends. So here what is that? For developing one application, we need what is that? We need what? Jars plus Tomcat server plus MySQL server, right?
Yes, Ravi.
Right. So these many softwares we need. So if we want to install this software, right? This software in our what? Docker. Just think about that. What is that? Code or jar? Just code or jar, right? If we want to convert this code and a jar, right? So then what we need to do? We need to convert this one in an image. First we need to convert in the image, right? After then what is that? Another also there, right? Tomcat server also we need, right? Tomcat server, right? So then what we need to do? We need to convert again this Tomcat server also in image format, right? After then what is that? MySQL database we need, right? MySQL database we need, right? MySQL database we need. So what we need to do? We need to convert this one also in what is that? Image, right? After converting these things in the image, what is that? We need to give what is that? These images in the what is that? Docker container, right? Docker container. What is the Docker container, friends? What is the Docker container? It's what is the executing all what is that? All required images in the Docker. Then one runtime setup is what is that created, which is called what? As a Docker container, right? It's a we need to convert. Okay, let's understand these things as a what is that? Diagrammatically, right? Let's understand these things as a diagrammatically. So again, what I'm going to do now, let's assume that, right? Let's assume that this is
Ravi,
huh?
Sakti here. So why only in the image format? Why not in other format?
Why we not create another format? just
Yeah.
just now you joined our session. I you are there in the initially like
No, no, not initial, just like 10 minutes before that join.
I hope if Sandeep or Pushpendra can tell why images.
This is not the image. This is like a format. We are converting this code in image. That is
Yeah.
not that type of image.
So okay, no issues, right? So just what is that? What is the window extension now? Images, whatever
Got
files,
it.
whatever files we are writing, like what is that? Our window is understanding that is the in the .exe, right? Come on.
exe file.
And
Yes, yes.
what is that? If we
Linux is .sh.
.sh Unix, right? So same like what is that? Our Docker also one operating system only, right? It's also be having one, what is that? Virtual operating system. So the our virtual operating system Docker virtual operating system image is nothing but extension is nothing but what? Image. We have
Compatible type. No?
got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Means Docker we can understand only through the image format.
yeah, only through the image format, right? Our window is understanding what is that .exe format, and
.exe.
Unix understanding what is a .sh, right? And what is that?
.sh.
Our Docker is understanding image. Clear?
Yeah.
Clear, Sakti?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, so fine now. Okay, so here what is that? Just what is that? First, what is that? This is the developer machine, right? Assume that what? This is the dev machine, right? Dev. This is what is that? Dev machine, right? In that what we are doing now, what we have what is that? Code. Code is nothing but what is that? Jar, right? Jar.
Jar.
And what is that? Another one, what we install? Tomcat server.
Tomcat server.
Tomcat server, right? And
yes.
and
Another
one MySQL,
database.
yeah, MySQL DB is
What
there,
about
right?
database server? Yeah.
MySQL database is there, right? So now what we need to do? We need to convert this one is what is that? We need to convert everything in what is that? In the image na? Come on. We need to convert each and everything na in image format, right?
Image format.
Yes.
Yeah. So how many images are there? Images, multiple images are there or not? Come on.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
multiple images is there. So now what is that? Docker. Then what is that? We need to collect these images in what is that? Docker container. We need to collect these images in what is that? Docker container, right? Docker container. Docker container. We need to convert these things in what? Docker container, right? After putting in the Docker container, what we need to do? We need to push in what is that? Docker hub. We need to push these things in the Docker hub, right? So just I'm opening ch Docker hub, right? What is that? http colon 1 minute. Docker hub, right? dockerhub.com. So dockerhub.com, right? Dockerhub.com. This is the central repository, friends, right? Where we are. First, we need to create what is that account in this one, then we can push, right? So this is the Docker Docker hub, right? Docker hub. Okay. So after converting this one, we need to push in this Docker hub, right? We need to push in the Docker hub. So fine now. here. So what we need to do, we need to store these images, right? All images in the central repository. Central repository is nothing but what is that? Docker Hub. Docker Hub, right? Docker Hub. In the Docker Hub, one repository is there. In the Docker Hub, one repository. Don't worry, everything we will do it as a practically, friends, right? So so this is what is that? Repository. This is what? Repository. Repository. This is what? Repository. Inside this repository, what we are doing now, if we are storing this image container inside that what? Inside this what? Repository. That concept is nothing but what, friends? Pushing the container. That is nothing but what is that? Push. That is nothing but what? Push, right? Push. So here what is that? What is that? All images will store. Here what is that? In this repository, what is that? All images will store. That images is nothing but what? Inside we can say that tags. We can say that what is that? Tags, right? Tags. After then what is that? After pushing that, if we want to use, right? If we want to use, we can use this, right? This like what? This sorry, this code, if we want to run, we can run on the operating system as a window, also operating system as a Linux, also operating system can be Mac also, right? Mac also. So
iOS.
yeah, so here what is that? Window. Let's take Windows OS, right? Windows OS. Windows OS. Windows OS. Windows OS, right? Windows OS. So here what we will do it now, if you want, right? If you want, what is that? Just what we need to do here, we will install Docker tools, right? Docker tools in each and every Windows, right? What we need to do, we need to just a minute, just 1 minute, friends. Sorry, friends. Actually, someone has called me, right? It's emergency. That's why. Okay, so let's start it. So here, what is that? So here, what we need to do here here also we can run it, right? We can run here also. We can run here also. We can run here also. We don't need, what is that? Install separate softwares, right? In each and every operating system. If we are taking, right? If we are taking that what? If we are taking this container from, what is that? Docker hub repository. That concept is nothing but what? That concept is nothing but what is that? Pull. That concept is nothing but what? Pull concept, right?
Yes, Ravi. Good.
That concept is nothing but what is that? Pull. We are pulling the container. We are pulling the container. First, what we are doing now? Friends. First, what is that? Here, the all developer software plus what is that code we are converting in the images and putting inside that container, right? Container. Putting inside that, what is that? Container. So second step, what we are doing now? We are converting those in the images format and putting inside that. Third step, we are putting inside that container. And what we are doing now? This container we are pushing in the side that, what is that? Inside that Docker hub repository, right? In the Docker hub repository, what will happen now? All images will store, right? All images will store. After storing that, what is that? If we want to use that those things in operating system OS or Linux, just what is that? Mac OS, right? Mac OS or Linux OS, right? So anywhere we can use. We don't need to change what is that software versions or anything, right? Everything will work in every machine, right? Every machine. So fine now, friends. So here, what is the Docker container? What is the Docker container? What is the Docker container? It's execute or executing, right? Executing all required images, in what is that? Docker. And then one runtime setup, setup created, which is called, what is that? Which is called, what is that? Called as a container. Clear? Come on. Please
Yes,
respond.
Yes, yes.
Right? So after then, what is that? After creating this container, we are doing these two operations, right? Means what is that? We are pulling that container inside that GitHub and pushing this container, right? This container in GitHub repository, Docker repository, and pulling that what? Container from the repository, right? Come on. So what is that? So once Docker image is created, then what? Then we use something, or then we are going, right? Pulling or pushing, na? Then we are going to, what is that? Going to place our image inside a Docker hub. Inside what? Docker hub. Inside what? Docker hub, right? Docker hub. By what is that? What we are doing now? By using what is that? Using action. What action we are doing now, friends? Come on. Actions is nothing but what is that? Like what? Push
Push and pull.
and pull, right? And
Pull.
and pull, right? So shall we do the setup about what is that Docker now, friends? Everyone is curious about that to see those things now.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
Ravi.
So now let's work on that one. First, what we need to do now, first we need to create what is that this repository, friends, right? Let's create what is that this repository. Let's create what is that this repository. First, how we can create this one, we will understand. Then we will work on this area, right? Hmm?
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we need to do, friends, what we need to do, so already don't worry, this one is already is there. I'm logging out, I created already na. So but I'll tell the setup how you guys need to do. So what you need to do, you need what is that, this is the URL, right? Hub.docker. What is that? Just let's take hub.docker. You need to hit the enter. So copy this one. First step, right? First step, you need to do what? You need to do Docker hub. Go to Docker hub, right? Docker have account. Docker hub account creation, right? Using what is that? This is the link I'm giving, right? Using what is that? https hub.docker.com, right? Docker.com. Second step, what is that? Go to what is that? Go to what? Go to register and a login button, right? Go to what is that? Then register and a login button. Go to, if you have already, if you created, just what you need to do, friends, just here what is that? Username, email address, give one email address, give one username and a password, right? So if you want every month any like if any updation is coming in the Docker hub, so those messages if you want you can select, if you don't want don't select. But this second one you need to convert, and you are robot, no. If you are no robot, then select this one and sign up. Then what will happen now? One verification mail will come on your current mail, right? Current mail. I already created just nothing but how you are creating your email Gmail account. Same like you need to create this one. There is no big task. This one. There is a no big task, friends, right? Everyone can create, right? So already I created, right? I used my email ID. So with one email ID, you can create only one account, right? So I
Yes, sir.
already created. So first, who don't have the Docker account, what you need to do, go on the register button. After then what is that, you will get here, give your username, whatever username you will give, that username only will become what is that, your user GitHub user account name, right? And give one email ID and select one password, and just what is that, select this one and sign up. Then your account will create. And what is that, after creating that, go on your Gmail account, whatever Gmail account or whatever email you are giving, just one mail you will get on that account. Just click on the verified, one verification mail will come, click on that verification, then your Docker image Docker account will create, right? But I have already, so what I'm doing now, sign in. I'm clicking the sign in button. So here what is that, my username is what is that, Ravikant Tripathi. Now password I will not give, right? So continue. So now this one is, now we entered in this one, right? We entered in the GitHub account, GitHub, right? But inside that GitHub, what we need to do, we need to create what is that, repository. Shall we create it, friends? Shall we
Yes, Ravi.
create the repository?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
now let's see that, right? So here I already don't bother about that. So here what is that, directly after, then first time you will not get like this screen. So you need to go in the repositories, right? Whenever you will go inside that, then you will get what is that, create repository. Because first time I already see one repository 13 hours ago, means yesterday itself only. Because before explaining this class, I need to like experiment, right, these things. So that's why I experimented in the night, friends. Okay, So I created. So first time you will not get. First time what you need to what you will get, these things you will get, right? Explore, repository, organizations, and help. Then what you need to do, click on the repository. Whenever you will click, then you will get like this screen, and the corner you will get what is that, create repository. Click on that create repository, and here what you need to do, now, don't worry, I'm writing the steps also, because I'll share this one. And see this one, if you mention in your resume, like one skill will add, right? At least you know the Docker. So second step, what is that? Second step, what we need to do, go to Docker Hub website. Go to Docker website, right? This one I placed there only. So this is the URL, right? After then, what is the third step? What we did now? Third step we did, what is that? Register. If you not register, right? You need to register. If you have already account, then what is that? You need to log in, right? Log in. You need to log in. After logging that, what is that? What we need to do? Create the repository, right? Fourth step, what we are doing now? We are going to create repository, right? Repository. Now, create repository. Create repository, right? Create repository. Let's create the repository now, friends. Here what we need to do, this is my username, Docker username, friends, right? Here we need to give, what is that? We need to create, what is that? Repository. So what we will do it now, just I'm giving rk only, right? Let's give our repository name, I'm giving rk only, right? rk. So here you can select what is that, private also, and you can select what is that, public. But if you select the private, you need to pay some money, right? So here what I'm selecting now, I'm selecting what is that, public, because I'm using what is that, our Docker as a free version, right? People are getting my point, whatever things I'm explaining, friends.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah. So here what we will do it now, we will select what is that, public, and click on the create. See here, what is that, one repository is created with what is that, Ravikant Tripathi /RK, right? The repository, this is the repository name, and this is my, what is that, account name, right? Come on. So if you see that, what is that, what I said, that tags and scans, right? Tags is nothing but what I explained now, friends. What I explained now, whatever images will store inside that image is nothing but what? Tags, I said, or not? Come on. So fine now. So here, what is that? Here description. This repository does not have a description. We did not took any description. That's why it's showing that, right? So it still means, what is that? This repository is empty. Still we not kept inside that anything, right? Come on. Still we not pushed. Still we did not push anything, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So fine now. So now, till now, we created the repository also. Inside that Docker Hub, what we did now, friends, we created the repository, but still we not stored the images, right?
Yes.
So now, fine
Yes,
now.
yes.
So here, what is that? Here, come here. So fourth step, what we did, fifth step, what we did now, we, what is that? Create and clicked, right?
Repository.
Click on, what is that, on